Which of your documents, if any, did you have to amend before your actual appointment at the consulate?
First started this process, I didn't even know that documents would need to be amended. I thought they would be all correct to begin with, and I was very wrong about that. Each correction required its own separate correction application form, and then the corrected documents had to be apostilled and translated. Each of those required submitting the applications with a fee and hoping you would receive those records back on time. The first correction I needed was to my first marriage certificate. My birth date was incorrect, so I had to locate and fill out an amendment form and send it in with the original incorrect document, plus return envelope and, of course, the fees. The second correction was to amend my mother's death certificate. The long form certificate included her father's American name, which was Russell, and not his Italian name, Orazio, found on his immigration and birth records. So to correct my mother's death certificate, I had to submit an amendment application to the Florida Bureau of Vital Statistics to the attention of the corrections unit, so it would show her father's Italian birth name to match his birth record. For a third correction, you found a misspelling of my grandfather's first name on my parents' marriage record. It should have been spelled Orazio, O-R-A-Z-I-O with a Z, but it was incorrectly entered as Orazio with a C. So you suggested that I email the Houston consulate. They replied that that wouldn't be a problem, but I got it corrected just in case. And I also found inconsistencies with the spelling of my grandfather's last name in the immigration document. The immigration document was changed during his naturalization process when 2 letters in his last name were reversed. But naturalization records cannot be amended. Fortunately, the original declaration of intent showed his name spelled the original way, and his petition for citizenship showed where his name was changed. Of greater concern were huge discrepancies between my grandfather's date of birth on his certified birth record, his immigration records, and his death certificate. His birth record showed 10 February 1907, but his immigration records had a birth date of 6 February 1902. But again, the NARA can't correct the naturalization records. And on top of that, his death certificate had a completely different month, date, and year of 23 May 1905. I was told that these type of issues aren't uncommon, but it was a big concern to me. Additionally, you pointed out that my grandfather's death certificate listed his American first name Russell instead of his given name Orazio. So on the death certificate, I had to contact the New Jersey Department of Vital Statistics to correct corrections to both his birth date and first name. Even after submitting exhaustive documentation, many phone calls, and an appeal, my request was denied. Instead, they advised me to obtain a one and the same person court order. I didn't have enough time to pursue a court order and deal with lawyers and trips to New Jersey. So I was very concerned that my application for Italian citizenship might be denied due to these discrepancies. And I was considering giving up my appointment at the Italian consulate in Houston. So fortunately, I received some good advice from you to keep the appointment. You said that the consulate might allow me to submit some documents at a later time, since most of my paperwork appeared to be in order, and you were right about that. So at this point, I was finished as much as possible with my documents and corrections, and I continued to prepare for my consulate appointment.
It's important to keep in mind that each consulate varies in its process of handling applications from beginning to end. So it's important that you go to the website for the consulate in your jurisdiction and read the information very carefully before making your appointment.